silenced as well.
Once upon a time, there existed two great factions, the people of Dorne. The two were in constant conflict, and though the people of Residence were strong, they were divided. But all that changed in the year 1954. Leaders of one university rose up and called out to their fellow residents to stay, unite as one. Over the Great Lakes and to the great oceans and beyond, the call was spread. One by one, other universities took up the call to arms, till finally a great alliance was born. This alliance was to be called the National Association of College and University Residence Halls. Together and standing as one, the new people of NACURH accomplished much, and great good was brought upon the land. And every year, the people of NACURH would meet together to reflect upon what has been achieved and what can be done to further progress. Which brings us to the current setting of our story in the year 2015 at North Dakota State University. Once upon a time, there existed two great factions, the people of Dorne and the people of Resident.
When first getting to know someone, there are a variety of different ways to understand who they are as a person. One of these methods is storytelling. Now, storytelling is evident in many different cultures and nations, like the Native American tribe of the Mandan, or the Zulu people of South Africa. We want to tell you the story of a delegate at NACURH 2015. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a student named Aaron who had just finished their first year of college. It was everything Aaron thought it would be, and so much more, as the journey of involvement had begun. The school year was coming to a close when there came a great opportunity to attend a huge conference called NACURH in the great city of Fargo at North Dakota State University. The journey had a beginning, and like every great journey, it must be started with planning, or as NACURH calls it, registration, with our dear friend Tom.
Registration will be straightforward and simple as you work through regonline.com. Registration will open up February 9th and will continue until April 3rd. For delegations who need just a tad bit of extra time, late registration will continue until April 10th. Delegations will be able to pay with cash, check, credit card, or gold coins. And of course, we will follow the NACURH no pay, no key policy. It's time to get your delegations registered and excited for NACURH 2015.
After registering for the conference, the journey continued as traveling to the exciting location was important to figure out. Aaron hadn't traveled much before, but knew the NCC could count on Nathan, the transportation chair, to help show the way.
Here at NACURH 2015, we are dedicated to ensuring that your journey to, from, and around our conference is as quick, safe, and efficient as possible. With our beautiful campus located not 10 minutes from the Fargo Airport, and transportation available to you from Minneapolis and St. Paul airports as well, we are more than ready to welcome you to our conference. So whether you plan to arrive by plane, train, automobile, or magic carpet, we're ready to welcome you to NACURH 2015 with a smile on our faces and the twinkle of magic on our eyes.
After an exciting trip on planes, trains, and automobiles, Aaron arrived at NDSU. It was breathtaking. The landscape was covered with beautiful blue skies, colorful flowers, and the friendliest people you had ever met, including an efficient check-in process. Before the festivities began, it was time to get a good night's sleep. As the castles emerged from the check-in area, Rachel, the housing chair, welcomed Aaron to the home away from home.
Housing for NACURH will feature almost our entire residence hall capacity. We offer a variety of setups, including traditional, suite, and apartment-style living quarters. As needed, we are fully equipped to accommodate any special requests for housing. So get ready to enjoy our conference in the comfort and safety of your very own castle.
After a peaceful sleep, Aaron awoke, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and ready to start NACURH 2015. Soon Aaron realized that a strange noise was only stomach rumblings, which reminded Aaron that refueling is important. Off to the dining center, where Becca appeared, ready to share about dining.
At the conference, we will have 2 dining centers open. Delegates will be split into 6 different groups and divided between the centers for an awesome dining experience. All of your dietary needs will be taken care of, whether it's vegetarian, lactose or gluten-free, or any other need. Something special about NDSU that will be available to delegates is that one of our dining centers has a gluten-free room where everything is completely untouched by gluten. The conference final banquet will be held in the Fargo Dome, where a feast will be prepared. And once finished, delegates will move throughout the Fargo Dome to write the final chapter of NACURH 2015 at the closing ceremonies. After a delicious breakfast with plenty of options, Erin was on to the day's activities. Programs. There were some wonderful opportunities to grow as a leader by hearing and telling stories of leadership, programming, and development. Great ideas were starting to brew as Erin bumped into Zaya, the programming chair, to learn even more.
Programs are intended to improve delegates' leadership skills and give them new and exciting ideas to bring back to their own kingdoms. The buildings that will be utilized around campus are centrally located and rooms will be easy to find. We have multiple programming tracks to satisfy the interests of all attendees, and we even incorporated the theme into the titles. Delegates can learn how to become a royal figure, build their own crest, grant someone else's wish, expand their kingdom, and learn how to throw a grand ball. NACURH programs and campus tours will also be available. Program recruiting will begin in January of 2015 and will include shoulder tapping top program winners from each regional conference. So make sure your programs are creative and fun and will benefit any member of NACURH.
After a fantastic day of programs, Erin was ready to get energized through mass gatherings. Austin, the ceremonies chair, had some great plans in store, and seeing everyone come together to be a part of NACURH at the Fargo Dome on campus was not a disappointment.
All of the mass gatherings and the banquet will be held in the Fargo Dome, a fully enclosed, multi-purpose facility with its convenient location on campus and plenty of seating for not only all of NACURH, but for corporate info and business meetings as well. Our keynote speaker for opening ceremonies will be Jonathan Sprinkles. Jonathan is full of energy. He is very experienced in speaking to college students about leadership and is fun and enlightening at the same time. He will get the delegates pumped for the rest of the conference and be a perfect addition to NACURH 2015. Roll call will incorporate videos from each of the regions, offices, and national guests as we show our excitement for each of our regions and NACURH as a whole. On the final night, delegates will be served a grand feast on the floor of the Fargo Dome, and once done, we'll move to a staged area as we celebrate the many accomplishments of our organization. It will be a storybook ending.
Erin was so thrilled with the opening ceremonies of NACURH 2015. The excitement about the entertainment that had been developed by Entertainment Chair Tyler was the cherry on top. With a variety of different things to do, Erin knew a good time would be had, no matter what.
Choose your own adventure is the theme of the entertainment. On Friday night, we'll be having a carnival night, a hypnotist and the tell. Saturday, a coffee house, a talent show, and underground neon mini golf. And finally, on Sunday, we'll be having a final ceremonies ball with the theme being fairy tales. But for all of you that don't want to get out on the dance floor and bust a move, we'll be having a movie. I hope your NACURH 2015 ends on a high.
On the way to entertainment, Erin stopped by the hospitality room to enjoy the nourishing refreshments that were being offered. There, Rachel was full of knowledge about all the hospitality rooms and socials and philanthropy that was being offered at NACURH.
For hospitality, delegates will have many opportunities to connect and socialize throughout the conference. There will be 5 socials scattered between 2 nights. All of our socials will be centrally located in our Memorial Union, except for our advisors, which will be held in our Alumni Center. In addition to nightly socials, we will have hospitality rooms provided in the evenings for all delegates to attend. Easily accessible water stations can be found throughout our campus to ensure that everyone is staying hydrated. As we write the story of service, there will be many opportunities to participate in. Months prior, delegates will be able to collect pop tabs for their local Ronald McDonald houses. Upon arrival, they will be able to participate in penny wars or donate a check or cash to Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. Our pre-conference philanthropy will be held in our local Roosevelt neighborhood, where we will assist with cleanup and aid. And during the conference, we will be working alongside Project Linus to help make Linus blankets for those in need, helping make their story just a little bit brighter.
Erin was walking around and noticed some people were dressed up in some interesting clothes. Hobbits, witches, and wizards. Oh my! What could this be about? They said that they were earning pixie points, and Erin could talk to Lizzie, the spirit chair, with any questions.
We've decided to keep spirit fairly traditional, with a sprinkle of sparkle along the way. We'll have banner family crest, castle display, and hails roll call. Spirit, or pixie points, can be earned both
welcome back the 101 ways to recognize, with points being awarded to ideas for the 102nd way. Besides the traditional ways of earning points, such as program presentation, banner display, we will also have an extreme scavenger hunt, dress-up days, and a few surprises that we have up our sleeves. So grab some pixie dust and get ready to have the time of your life.
After talking to Lizzie, Erin started to think back on all the people that were making this conference successful and had the realization that the chairs were very friendly and knowledgeable about many different aspects of the conference. Lizzie said that Kelsey, the communication and philanthropy chair, had made sure that all the chairs were communicating effectively.
As we all know, communication is a vital part in producing and hosting the NACURH conference. To ensure that every school receives the most up-to-date information and deadlines, beginning in January, a newsletter will be sent out monthly to all NCCs. This information will also be accessible through the use of social media and the NACURH 2015 website. We are excited to take on the implementation of the case study to help delegates explore an important scenario and to further develop their leadership and critical thinking skills. To create a detailed wrap-up report, each chair currently fills out bi-monthly reports that will continue throughout the planning of the conference. If we happen to have any turnover throughout the planning process, we will have wonderful documentation to help transition a new member to the team. These documents will also help us in creating a more complete wrap-up report, which will be written mainly before the conference even begins. For sustainability during the conference, each delegate will receive a reusable water bottle that they can refill at various water stations throughout campus. To conserve paper, registration is available online and will include questions about how many conference booklets each delegation will need. The NDSU team is open to working on any other ways to make a more sustainable NACURH conference.
Erin was meeting some great people that would become lifelong friends. When talking to one of them, Erin noticed he was using an app called Guidebook to find the location of buildings, see the schedule, and even to plan out each day. Erin would soon learn that Andrew, the technology and media chair, was the mastermind behind all of the great social media.
At NACURH 2015, your technology needs to be taken care of. For the conference, we will be utilizing two Wi-Fi networks, EDU Rome and NACURH 2015. A password will be provided for use of the latter network, in which all members of the delegation can use. The website will be an electronic hub for all things NACURH, with everything from registration information and the schedule to entertainment and spirit. And be sure to like us on Facebook to share your story.
After getting Guidebook set up, Erin was walking around and noticed some people who had shirts on that were labeled volunteer. They were always helping people find places, serve food, get excited, and even were leading cheers. Erin asked a volunteer who their chair was, and they confidently replied, Logan, and he's done a great job organizing it.
Besides obtaining volunteers from the wonderful community at NDSU, we will also be reaching out to Fargo-Moorhead's tri-college community of Concordia College and Minnesota State University of Moorhead. After obtaining our volunteers, our magical adventure can begin. First, we'll have 2 days of mandatory training, and it is required to attend at least one of these 2 days. Training will consist of taking volunteers around NDSU's wonderful campus and getting them knowledge about where they'll be staying for the next week. After training, our magical adventure can continue, because throughout the week, they'll be working really hard to make sure our conference runs as smoothly as possible. And they'll be doing little motivation cheers to make sure they're pumped for the rest of the conference. With over 150 volunteers available, there'll be no shortage of writing your story at NACURH 2015.
Erin was heading home after a fun-filled day and started to notice the great lighting on campus and the multiple emergency blue lights. Not only did the campus feel safe with the lighting and the emergency blue lights, but there was also a positive presence of police officers on the campus. Erin wondered who was responsible for all of this, great safety and the impeccable facilities, and didn't have to wait long before meeting Mike, the facilities and security chair.
NDSU has a huge focus in keeping all of our facilities updated, including having accessible technology. Each classroom and lecture hall at NDSU is equipped with a projector, document camera, PC, or Mac connections for your convenience. The people of the Fargo-Moorhead community have the luxury of living in an incredibly safe area with a low crime rate. To increase safety on campus, we have blue light technology scattered throughout and a full-time police force on hand. Get ready to write the story of your lives at the beautiful North Dakota State University.
The next morning, Aaron saw the regional director for NACURH and stopped for a moment to talk. The regional director talked about the visit they had in January at NDSU called Semis and how excited they were to be back. They said it had all been handled by Tom, the NNB and NBD liaison.
I'm here to make your stay in Fargo comfortable and productive. For semis, attendees will be picked up by yours truly at Hector International Airport and taken on the quick 5-minute commute to the Homewood Suites, where you will be staying for the duration of the conference. Meetings will take place 3 minutes from the hotel at the Living Learning Center, an upperclassmen apartment-style residence hall complete with 3 large classrooms for your use. During semis, meals will be a combination of breakfast at the hotel, lunches catered by none other than NDSU's award-winning catering service, and dinners mixed up between at the hotel and out on the town, showing you what makes Fargo the place we love. For pre-conference, attendees will be housed in the Living Learning Center and will also meet there until the presentations happen, in which meetings will be moved to the Memorial Union. During this time frame, all meals will take place in the dining centers. I look forward to helping your story be a productive one.
While the conversation with the NACURH regional director continued, Aaron was told about their regional liaison. They had helped all the schools feel like they were being taken care of, answering questions and helping each school along their journey to and at NACURH 2015. This liaison member was one of 8 and was led by regional liaison coordinator, Becca.
Writing your story is not easy, but we want to make it as simple as possible, and that's where I come in, as your regional liaison coordinator. Conferences often come with many questions, and with my committee, we will liaison to each region, calling schools and answering any questions they might have. But you don't need to wait for a phone call. If you have any questions, you can always call our office and speak to any team member, or specifically ask for your regional liaison. We hope you enjoy the magical experience of NACURH 2015 and the ease of writing your story.
Aaron was hearing stories from all over the world and was starting to see the kind of diversity that exists every day at NACURH. Quickly, friends were made with delegates from South Africa, who told Aaron that all their needs were being quickly and efficiently taken care of by Inclusivity Chair Jamie.
NACURH is a special place where all are welcome, and we want to make sure that this stands true for all of our NACURH 2015 delegates. I will be working to ensure that NACURH standards of inclusivity are met, and that whether it's religious, dietary, identity, or physical needs, we will take into consideration all aspects of our delegates that make them unique. By working with registration and individuals directly, we'll have a clear understanding of the needs of not only our international delegates, but those with special needs. We want your experience at NACURH to be magical when you write your story.
Aaron was having a ton of fun and could barely believe that the conference was halfway over. Of course, it was partially due to all the amazing sponsors that were giving food, time, and money to the conference. This was all being coordinated by Reed, the sponsorship chair.
Our goal for NACURH 2015 is to make your conference as affordable as possible. Currently, we've raised $4,600 towards the 2015 conference. This is through both in-kind and monetary donations from large corporations and companies around the Fargo-Moorhead area. This money will be used for different things needed for hospitality rooms and spirit activities. We are currently working with larger corporations such as Target and Medtronic to see if they would be willing to sponsor keynote speakers and hospitality rooms throughout the conference. I hope I can make your conference as affordable as possible so you can write your story.
At the end of the conference, Aaron ran into Amanda, the finance chair. Amanda told Aaron about how the team had worked together to create a low-cost conference.
As Reed had mentioned, we are going to try and keep the cost for NACURH 2015 as low as possible. We want schools to be able to afford to bring larger delegations to immerse them in the wonderful story of NACURH. We are very fortunate to live in an area with a low cost of living. We hope that you experience this through our very reasonable conference costs. Currently, at our break-even point of 1,900 delegates, the cost per delegate is $205.76. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, that cost seems a little low. Are you sure you're not forgetting something? Well, I assure you, everything has been accounted for, and that is indeed the correct price. In fact, we hope to lower that even more by reaching out to more sponsors and by working with our campus entities to get the best possible price for you. A spectacular conference combined with fiscal responsibility will truly make for a wonderful story to be written.
The conference was soon over, and Aaron headed back home, knowing that stories had been told, friendship skills had been acquired, and friendships were made, at NACURH 2015 at North Dakota State University. While this may be one delegate's story, we want this to be all of your stories when you come visit us at North Dakota State University. We want you to feel comfortable and cared for while on our campus, starting right now. Please enjoy the goodie bags that we've gotten for you, compliments of the Convention Visitors Bureau of the Fargo-Moorhead area. We want NACURH to come and ask themselves, what's my story? How can I tell my story? Come visit us at NDSU for NACURH 2015, Once Upon a Time.
two Wi-Fi networks actually reduces the amount of traffic that'll be on just one network. And with utilizing two Wi-Fi networks, with ED-ROAM, some people will actually be able to register their devices for Wi-Fi before they even show up for the conference. So that'll be a great help with reducing traffic and easing delegates into being able to use Wi-Fi.
Southwest.
Goes my 80 of NRHH.
Hi,
we had an 8th and NRHH from Southwest presentation being made. Do you think that having 8 regional liaisons would end up having more communications out there because there are multiple chains of people to go through?
Me being the coordinator, I will work with all of them individually and have them know which region they're going to be working with, just so that they can have all their needs and bring to one person, and then that can be brought to anybody on the team member that would maybe, like somebody needs to know about technology or safety. And so just like having that help, just like getting the information to who it needs to get to is probably the easiest for us.
Pacific. Great Lakes.
Hey, it's any of there.
Hi, great job, guys. My name is Jacob. I'm the Great Lakes VP of Finance. My question is, you guys mentioned that you were interested in taking cash for registration. Could you just explain the logistics behind that?
During registration, schools will mark on the registration saying whether they want to use cash, check, credit card, etc. And so when delegations show up, if they do have cash, it'll be a little bit more work to go through, but if that's what works best for your delegation, we're willing to work through that. And so during registration, there will be a separate table to go to where you can turn in the correct amount of cash, and then we'll give you all your keys and all the paperwork and the t-shirts.
Northeast.
I yield to my AD out of the gate.
Hey everyone, my name is
Hello everyone, my name is Brandon. I'm the AD NRHH for the Northeast. Great job on your presentation so far. Keep up the awesome work. My question for you is, how do you plan on including NRHH in both preparations for the NACURH 2015 and the conference itself?
We've actually included NRHH in the bidding process as well. We have very good relations with them, and we will continue to talk with them and get their help in sponsoring either socials or the help that we need with leadership and volunteer opportunities.
Thank you very much.
NIC.
Hello, my name is Noor, and I'm the AD of Finance at the NIC. Can you please tell us what you think will be your greatest challenge? How you can overcome that?
Well, for example, about a week ago, we got our video back for the bid, and we had gone through publications, and it didn't turn out exactly how we would have liked it, and it didn't get the message across that we were wanting to get across. So a couple of us came together from the bid team, and we created this video, and we loved the way it turned out, and we really overcame those problems and the hurdles that we had to come through, and we all banded together, and we developed relationships with our athletic department. We got a lot of clips from those, and we got to go in and get tours of the Fargo Dome and really create relationships that we are going to keep continuing throughout the conference. Intermountain.
Hi everybody, my name is Brett. I'm the Intermountain Director, and I'm going to introduce my Associate Director.
Hi guys, good job. I'm Kat Reamer. I'm wondering if you can elaborate on your transportation fee to and from the airport and how that would work.
Currently at this time, we're thinking about actually facilitating a conversation between certain companies in order to get the delegations up to Fargo. So at that time, I would just facilitate the conversation between them, and they could find their own way up.
Conference. Annual conference.
Hi everybody, I'm Erin, and I'm the MD liaison for the person. What makes the year 2015 the best time for NACURH to be hosted at NDSU?
Well, right now our city is booming. Our businesses are doing really well. Our population is going up. Our campus is doing really well. Our freshman class is getting bigger and bigger. But with all of this, we still have this small town sort of feel and a community, and we just want to show that to everybody. Even at this time of good things happening to our city, that we just want to show that we still have that community aspect, and we want to show that to the current.
Central Atlantic.
Hi, my name is Rory. I'm the Regional Director for the Central Atlantic Building. Fantastic job so far. The first question for you is, we noticed that in the budget, the hospitality costs remain fixed, even as the number of delegates was increasing. We were just curious as to how hospitality fixed costs impact that scenario.
Do you remember what you were pertaining to in the fixed budget?
It was
within the it was the total hospitality room cost, and just that the total cost for the rooms, where the food is being provided was staying the same, I think, for 22 to 2,500 marks.
Okay, I know with facilities we have worked with our campus to get a fixed cost, and we are working with our catering, our working catering service. So we have gotten prices from them, so those won't be changed. So I guess with more delegates, we've kind of gotten the same things.
Great, thanks.
South Atlantic. Hugh, Midwest.
Hi, I'm Josh, I'm the regional director. Can you explain the steps that you've taken towards the sustainable conference?
Throughout our campus, our halls are equipped with smart meters, and so during the conference we will have each night we will be telling the delegates how much energy they have been using, and we have a competition with them. We also have trayless dining centers and trash cans and recycling bins throughout campus and within the halls themselves. Does that answer your question?
Northeast.
I yield to my ADAF.
Hey everyone, you're doing an amazing job. My name is Nick and I represent the Northeast Affiliate. So I noticed that in your registration you're looking for a third-party service to kind of cover and facilitate the process of collecting registration information. What do you see as the pros and cons of this process?
The pros of using a third party are this party is being used or has been used for a long time. A lot of big corporations have used it for major conferences. So their experience, during looking at it, there were options to host conferences for over 50,000 people, and so I feel that they're well adept to host a NACURH conference or help get people registered for a NACURH conference. Some cons. We haven't worked with them before, but we will be sure to make a lot of close ties and be in close communication with them to alleviate or eliminate any communication errors.
Southwest.
Yield to my ADAF.
Hello, I'm Elizabeth. I'm the Southwest AD of Finance Administration. So my question was, I know you all talked a little bit about accommodating dietary restrictions and certain meals, making accommodations of that nature. Coming from a region that has some extensive allergy issues, how might you all go about making preparations to accommodate allergies and other special needs outside of regular meals, especially if it involves some reduced environment?
On the registration form, there'll be an option for people to fill in the box for any, whether it's dietary or any other need that they will need, and we will work with them individually, sending out emails, informing them of the different things that we have available to them, and finding out what they need from us to make sure that their conference is as pleasant as possible for them, and making sure that every need of theirs is covered.
Thank you so much.
Great Lakes.
Hi everyone, my name is Jenna. I'm the Local Career Director. You're all doing a wonderful job. I love your video. So as far as your date goes, can you maybe explain why you chose this specific date for the conference?
NDSU hosts a lot of FFA conventions that happen right around the time right after. So we were trying to make sure that we could accommodate FFA as well as trying to make sure we could accommodate the schools that come to NACURH and that we could have it in the kind of same region of time that we generally have it. So we chose it based on those couple factors. Does that answer your question?
Central Atlantic.
Hi again. We were just curious about what your selection process would be for programs. If you could just expand on that a little.
Programs will be selected based on creativity, relevance, and if they go with the theme a little bit, we're trying to kind of make it a creative conference.
SRO.
Hi, I'm Christy from the NSRO. We were wondering why NDSU, why do you guys feel like this is your time to shine?
I feel like we have a lot of different leaders on campus from a lot of different organizations, and we don't pass over. I mean, the NRHH exec board is not part of our bid team, and I really feel like our campus has grown in leadership, and we're able to bring a lot of different flavors of leadership to, and we want to show people that.
NIC. Intermountain. Annual conference.
Hi. I noticed in your bid that you have a large list of prospective contributors for sponsorship. How do you intend to reach out and recognize these sponsors should they donate?
Currently, we're actually doing letter writing with these companies as well as email, so we can stay in communication. And then once if we get the conference, we will be continuing communication through phone calls and hopefully actually face-to-face meetings. Because a lot of the companies we have on there are actually based out of the Midwest region in Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota. So we can actually easily get a conference with them so we can set up a personalized sponsorship plan for them.
Central Atlantic.
Hi again. So I was just curious, we weren't able to find any of it, so we were wondering if someone could expand upon the police, fire, hospital, EMS accommodations in the area.
I know we have a full-time police force on campus that's actually Fargo Police Department, but they're just kind of sub-police to be on campus. It's really specific. We have 19 blue lights on campus scattered throughout, like I said. I know we have 2 hospitals in the area, probably 10 minutes apart from like the central campus. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Southwest.
Oh, yield.
Great Lakes. Northeast.
I use my NRG.
Hello again, everyone. I was wondering, what does the theme of your conference mean to your bid team, and what are you hoping people who attend will